please send a plus or some emoji to the chat if you hear me loud and clear. Because in a couple of minutes we will start the streaming to YouTube. Okay, thank you. Okay, so hello again, everyone. This is Fluence Developer Community Call number 23, and we are good to go. So, regarding our agenda for today, so today we will have a small check-in. Then I'll tell you about the highlights of the development process that's we're having, of the new features and new updates we are rolling out. After that, we will have Artyom, who is leading the development of our CLI with the updates on CLI development and the Q&A session. After Artyom, we will have Mikhail Voronov, who will present the distributed choreography and composition working group. It's one of our latest, let's say, initiatives in the distributed computing community. And he'll also tell us about Fluence participation in IPFS Think 2023. And after that, Nadia will tell about our upcoming events and hand out the POAPs. Yeah. So this is our plan for today. So how are you doing, guys? Do you hear me well? Okay, so then let's talk about some updates regarding our latest developments. So first of all, our Rust peer, the component which is basically the basic component of our network, the node, was updated from async STD to Tokyo. So what does it allow the developers to do? It allows better debugging tools and the enhanced ability to diagnose what's actually happening. So today on the call, we have Nick, who was doing this development. So if you have any questions, you can ping him. He is the guy who made this possible. Thank you, Nick. We also updated Marine CLI and SDK. Marine CLI is a tool that's undergone very massive fixes. We improved the quality of version handling from cargo lock. We resolved issues with some commandlets and overall made it much nicer and smoother. We also updated the Rust SDK to the latest version of Marine, and right now it incorporates WASM time and supports new opcodes. There was also a thing that we didn't announce before, but we've changed the naming of Fluence.js component. So previously it was called Fluence.js, and right now we renamed it to JS Client to better, let's say, telegraph our understanding of it. So it will not be like the full-fledged JavaScript node. It will be a client component which will allow developers to call their backend code, which is deployed to Fluence network from the browser. Okay, so what else do we have? Regarding the tooling updates. So the machines team have released the new Air tools. So Air is our Aqua intermediate representation. Some of our tools that previously like individual tools, Air Trace and Air Beautify, were united into single tool called Air, and it really simplified the process of working with Air scripts. It provides enhanced functionality, and it actually can beautify the Air script that you've generated, so it's more readable, and it also has new tracing capabilities. So for more info, you can check out this tool in our GitHub repository. So we also released the new version of mREPL tool. There were numerous bug fixes and improvements, and we improved the user experience with the addition of pretty printed calls and command results, and we made it so that the interface command output is aligned with Aqua syntax. And we also added the new WASMOP codes there. Another update is that we've finally released our beautiful Grafana dashboards along with our Raspberry distro. So initially we created them to manage our network, and we've made a lot of adjustments to them, and we're using them then day to day when we support and maintain our network. So right now we released those Grafana dashboards to public. So in the Raspberry distro, you can see the deploy, the new directory deploy, where you can see Docker Compose files, and there is also a README which describes the process of how to install Fluence Node along with our new and beautiful Grafana dashboards. So this is probably it regarding the tooling updates. Right now we have Artem Shamsudinov on our call. Artem, can you hear us?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, so please share your screen.
Okay.
Screen. So Artem, tell us about the Fluence CLI updates and the progress.
Hello everyone. Today I will talk a little bit about Fluence CLI progress. So the first thing that I want to talk about are the spells. We talked about them before, but just to reiterate, spells are basically a way to run some Aqua when some event happens. Now they are supported with Fluence CLI. You can generate a spell with the command Fluence spell new. And then you can see that two files are generated. One is config and the other one is Aqua. And you can write any Aqua you want there. And our config and the CLI currently supports only clocks. So basically, it's kind of like cron jobs. We had a concept similar to this before called the schedule scripts. So the config looks like this. Nothing. I think everything is clear here. You can choose the function, you can choose the file in which this function resides, you can choose the initial arguments to the function, and you can set when and how often do you want the script to be executed. And you can deploy together with your whole application. And of course, you can read more about this config in the docs of Fluence CLI, or just by exploring it in VS Code with YAML extension. We have documentation available right there. In previous months, we did a lot of work regarding reliability, and part of it was preparing for doing more tests and doing them faster and simpler. And this process included switching to PNPM just so our builds are faster, the development is faster, and switching to pre-built binaries for Marine and MREPL. So this is currently only working in testing environment, but we expect to at some point give this functionality to our users so they don't have to build these components by themselves on their computers, and then so they can just download the binaries and save time. And another big part of all this conversation about reliability was this file versions JSON that we added to our repo. Currently, we hook up all our processes so this file is updated properly and tested. This file contains all our components, and on each release they will be tested, and that's how we can make sure everything works together. This file is currently hard-coded inside the specific versions of Fluence CLI. So you don't have to specify the versions of dependencies in Fluence YAML anymore. Also, we added a property to Fluence YAML called CLI version, which works kind of like a lock. So if you want to make sure your project always works and is compatible with all the versions of all the numerous components we have at Fluence, you can just specify this property, and then CLI will complain to you that you need to upgrade, or just it's better to use that version because it was tested with that version, and so on. Or also, you can override some of the dependencies if you want to, or install your own as previously. So this functionality remains unchanged and is still available. If you want to know all the versions, you can use Fluence dependency versions command. With this command, you will see the versions that I showed you in versions JSON. It also includes Rust peer image, so you are able to, for example, spin up some peers locally and test against that to make sure everything is compatible. Also, this command will show you internal components of CLI, which are Fluence.js client, and other stuff. Also, one of the things we did is we removed Fluence lock file because it made things more complicated. Now you can just specify exact versions if you want to override them or use them, but mostly it's expected that you just don't have to think about dependencies, and you can just install the latest version of CLI and you're good to go. Another one is you can use global flags for installing or overriding some of the components globally, and imports array in Fluence YAML where you can specify the aqua that you want to be available to be imported in your aqua scripts. Also did a lot of refactoring, bug fixes, and improvements. Some of them are breaking, but hopefully it's pretty easy to fix. So the rename is one of them. Also, I worked a lot on improving error messages. And just to list up the most recent features, now the CLI will tell you that a new version is available, so this is cool. Another one is the tests for Fluence workers deploy. Also, there is a no build flag if you don't want to build before deploying for some reason. Sometimes it might be helpful. Another one, you can now use both YAML and YAML for your extensions for configs, because previously we only YAML would work. Now you can use them interchangeably. And everything about the most recent features is related to the unstable versions of CLI, so you can install the unstable one to check it out. Also coming soon are Fluence deal deploy tests and logs for Fluence deals. They're implemented in CLI, but there's still some work needed to be done on the Raspberry side. And we have a lot of other conveniences and stability improvements in the pipeline now, so stay tuned. That's pretty much it. Thank you very much.
Artyom, thank you very much for this presentation. And right now you have an opportunity to ask Artyom any questions about Fluence CLI. So while like you're thinking, I have a question. So this versions that JSON file. So for instance, if I for instance, if I have like the environment which I deployed for myself on my local machine, so what versions should I specify there? Like, should it be the version that's that is installed, or it will automatically install, update them? How it will work?
It mostly works automatically. So if you use just to explain you more clearly, each version of Fluence CLI now has this set of versions which are compatible with each other. And this set of versions also includes Raspberry. So if you have Fluence CLI of specific version, and you, for example, locally have Raspberry of the compatible version, everything should just work. You don't have to specify anything by hand anywhere. And for our environments that are not local but that managed by Fluence, it is expected that you install the latest version of Fluence CLI, and it will work with our main environment. And if you install unstable version of Fluence CLI, it will work with our stage environment. So this is basically our expectations and the goal here.
Yeah, thank you. Another question is regarding running individual Aqua files with the global settings that are saved there. So could you please tell a little bit more about that?
Global setting is related to dependencies, and it's a way if you really want to override or install your own dependencies. You can do it, and you can do it not only on a project level, but also on the global level. That's basically it. Everything you install regarding dependencies from npm, it will also be included and available in Aqua. So you can install, for example, a package with our library or your own, some kind of library for Aqua, and it will always be available for you to use in your Aqua code.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So if anyone else have any questions for Artyom? Okay, then I guess we can go on. So let me just open up the presentation. Yeah, and share my screen. Okay, so right now, Mikhail Voronov, who is with us, will tell you a little bit about our new thing which we want to introduce into the distributed computing community, the distributed choreography and composition working group. Mikhail.
Hi guys. So on the last IPFS thing, we established a new group called Distributed Choreography and Composition, as Fedor said. And so like last 3 years, we have been focusing on building Fluence, on building decentralized cloud. And actually, there are a lot of problems that we have solved. And Fluence consists of different layers that's intended to solve different problems. But one of the most promising layer is so-called orchestration orchestration and composition layer that's represented by our Aqua stack. And this layer actually it doesn't solve a lot of problems in distributed systems. And in the last couple of years, there are some other project that's doing some form of decentralized computing. Like it could be cloud, it could be roll-ups and applications for just like spreading WebAssembly tasks across networks, and a bunch of them. And it seems that a lot of such projects, they are solving similar problems, like how you can advertise service to distributed network, how you can compose different functions located in different services, how you can, for example, let's say distribute code to data or data to code, or how you can compute distributed workloads. And we have solution for some of these problems. And actually, for some of these problems, we don't have solution, but have some ideas how it could be solved. And we decided that it's better to share our experience across people and across such projects that's suitable for that and could use this stack and could contribute to the stack and verify our ideas, propose their own ideas. So our main goal is to make research and development project of Aqua VM and Aqua Stack at whole is transparent and open for any other developers who want to participate. And Fedor, could you please go to the next slide? Yeah, in particular, we're thinking about 3 main groups of people who could be interested in this working group, and in particular in Aqua Stack. The first one is, as I already said, is a developers who build and distribute compute in any form. Yeah, the second is people who are keen in developing distributed algorithms. Let's say, for example, really distributed like Kademlia, but programmable Kademlia or pluggable Kademlia. Yeah, because there are a lot of implementations of Kademlia, but if you want to experiment, if you want to build your own Kademlia or change like some parameters in Kademlia, sometimes it's really difficult to do that. Yeah, probably you need to build your own Kademlia from scratch, and it's like in every station it's becomes too hard because a lot of moving parts. With Fluent Stack, it would be much more easy. Yeah, and it could be testable on real networks with real problems. And also, yeah, we'll be happy to see everyone who's like cares about decentralized distributed computing, all those kind of problems. So we're expecting people from like different areas. So everyone who is interested, please join us. Further, could you please go to the next slide? And on this slide, you could see our resources for that. On the right side, you could see QR code for GitHub, where all main updates regarding these working groups will be posted. Also, there is a Telegram group that's intended mostly for like kind of chatting about proposals about different problems in like these working groups. I mean, like different problems, how they should be solved, and what's the approach and all the stuff. So please, everyone who cares about that, please join. If you have any question, you can like join, for example, the Telegram group and ask them question about, like, for example, organization or how can I participate, or for example, why should I care? So please go to Telegram group and we will be happy to answer them. So probably that's all from my side regarding working group.
Mikhail, thank you so much for this really exciting news. So could you please tell me if this group is open up only for like the projects who are doing decentralized choreography and composition, or anyone who is interested in the topic can join?
Yeah, anyone. We want to make it as open as possible. And we are really like to share our ideas to like hear people thoughts about distributed algorithms, people needs who have stumbled across different problems and all the stuff. So I think and I believe that together we can make our future and our own future more happy, more technological, and these problems that everyone should solve by building distributed computing, they could be solved together in a great company with us. So yeah, for everyone who cares, so please join.
Okay, thank you so much, Mikhail. Aside from that, can you like share your thoughts about the IPFS thing, which we as Fluence team participated in?
So probably it's better for Dmitry to share the thoughts.
Okay, then Dmitry, can you hear us?
I do. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Hello. So we participated in IPFS thing in Brussels, and it was extremely productive. I cannot tell anything in particular, like the outcomes, except that we have this working group, and we established and launched it during the IPFS thing, and Mike presented it from the stage, and he gave a talk about ArcVM and our approach and so on and so forth, and that was really nice. We had many connections with the community, both the Fluence community and the compute community and different projects. So that was really fruitful and very insightful. And I hope that we will like show these insights later once we formalize them. But that was an amazing event, and we spent it. We did it very productive. Don't know what else to say.
Okay, Dmitry, thank you. Okay, so those are some pictures with the guys, so you can take a look. Okay, Nadia, maybe you can tell us more about our next events.
Yes, of course. So, oh yeah, can you maybe refresh the slide, because I've added some QR code there. So yeah, the pipeline is actually the same as we announced on the previous community call. So we are going to be at consensus next, and then we're going to have compute over data in Boston, also United States. Then we have Ethereum CC in Paris in July, and then like a bunch of events in September. So yeah, let's take a look at the consensus, because it's going to be pretty intense. Yeah, the next slide. Yeah, so you can scan the QR code and go to the page with a schedule for where you can meet our team and participate in some activities that we are also involved. So there are several talks, keynotes. There will not be any workshop this time, since the consensus is not really like developer oriented, but still it's going to be a Filecoin virtual machine network based there. And yeah, we're going to have a booth there and talk and etc. Also consensus itself, and the Disco Summit, which is like decentralized compute system event. Super excited about this one. This is something new for us. So yeah, like if like any chance that you can be in United States this time, join us in Austin. And further, can I ask you to go back to the previous slide? So yeah, this QR code actually leads you to the calendar of all the Fluence events. So if you scan it and if you import it to your calendar, so you're going to see all our events. So yeah, if you're interested, please follow this link. That's pretty it from my side today.
I think it's there is one more thing, the POAPs.
Oh yeah.
So you guys just expect some private message in Zoom chat from Nadia with the link to get our fresh POAP for this call.
Yeah, I've already sent some of them, so please just follow the link, past your ETH address or ENS or anything, and meet your POAP, and yeah, just to remember about this community call.
Okay, so yeah, there is like the QR code for our community.
This is Discord.
But yeah, so please, if you don't know about our Discord, or if you like Discord, then just please scan this QR code, go there. There is a bunch of guys already there. I also like participate in some discussion there, so let's keep in touch. And yeah, this is probably it. Thank you, and let's go mint those POAPs, right? Okay. Anyone have some questions? I think it's a good spot to answer them if there are any. If not, then I think it's a good spot to end the call. Thanks everyone for joining. Thank you, Artyom, Mikhail, Dmitry, for Nadia, for those wonderful news and updates. And see you guys on the next community call. Have a good day. Bye-bye.